Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam. I hope you're all doing really well. And today I just wanted to make a video to showcase off my Criterion collection, or at least some of it. Recently I managed to pick up my 100th release from the Criterion, and yeah, so I just wanted to show off some of the stuff that I have and just to give you a little bit of insight into some of the films as we go along. I thought a 100 films is probably too many films to cram into one video, so I'm going to split this up into a few smaller videos, and I'm going to start off with the Digipaks and sort of box sets that Criterion have released as a starting point. So yeah, starting off with the biggest box set I have in my collection of any set, and that is Ingmar Bergman's Cinema. This set is awesome. It contains about 30 odd films from Ingmar Bergman's filmography, spanning his entire career, including masterpieces like Persona, Cries and Whispers, Smiles on the Summer Night, just all manner of cinematic gems, and it's amazing. I managed to pick this up for half price on the Barnes & Noble sale when this was released, back when Barnes & Noble still posted to the UK. Next up is another box set containing a lot of films, and that is Totoichi, the Blind Swordsman. This contains about 25 films that were filmed over 11 years, from 1962 to 73 I think, and I haven't watched all of these yet, but I am making a dent in them and they are great fun. Really enjoyed these. This is still this is open, sorry. It's not sealed. I've just opened up the end so I can get the box set out to keep the box in as good condition as possible. But yeah, this is an amazing set, beautiful to look at on the shelf and to flip through the booklet in here as well. Next up we have really number 2 in the Criterion collection. It's Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. Not really a lot I can say about this film that hasn't already been said. It's a masterpiece, thoroughly deserves its place in the Criterion collection, and yeah, this is pretty much a staple of any cinephile's movie collection. Number 5 in the collection is Francois Truffaut's The 400 Blows. Number 17 in the collection is by Pier Paolo Pasolini, and his last picture and his most controversial, and that is Salò, or 120 Days of Sodom. Still not managed to, this is sealed as you can see, I've still not managed to buck up the courage to watch this one. This film has a huge reputation for being very controversial, offensive, disgusting, immoral, and yeah, although many people regard it as a masterpiece at the same time. So one day I'll get in the right mindset to sit down and watch this one, but I haven't as of yet. Number 34 in the collection is Andrei Rublev by Andrei Tarkovsky, one of the greatest filmmakers ever. I have seen this film before, but not this actual release. This does include the preferred cut, director's cut, which is actually shorter than the theatrical cut, which is rarer in my experience. Usually director's cuts are longer, but yeah, this is an amazing film, and really happy to have this one in my collection. Next, 167 in the collection, and that is the Monterey Pop Festival by D.A. Pennebaker. So this documents various performances at the Monterey Pop Festival in 1967. And it also contains 2 smaller films of Otis Redding and Jimi Hendrix playing their sets at the festival. And this is one I'll rewatch. It has so many like legendary performances by some great artists, and yeah, it's a really nice package, this one. So spanning spine number 205 to 206 is the BFG Trilogy by Rainer Werner Fassbinder. So this contains The Marriage of Maria Braun, or Brown, I never know which way to say that, Veronica Voss and Lola. These were until recently the only 3 films by Fassbinder I had seen, and these are absolutely amazing. Really good set. Managed to pick this up as well for 50% off in the Barnes & Noble sale, and yeah, the supplements on this are fantastic, and Rainer Werner Fassbinder is quickly becoming one of my favourite directors ever. So BFG Trilogy. This is 261 in the Criterion Collection, and it is Fanny and Alexander. So I bought this quite a long time before the Ingmar Bergman box set came out. So I probably do need to move this one on at some point, but I really like the packaging. It looks nice on the shelf. So yeah, it's just a period family drama set at the turn of the century, and it's a really great film, and one of Ingmar Bergman's best. Next up is Spine 336, and this is Richard Linklater's Dazed and Confused. I've seen this film countless times, but I've only recently picked up the Criterion Collection and the box set. I've seen some unpackaging like videos on YouTube, and the packaging inside this looks amazing, and I look forward to watching this one again. Next time I put it on, it will definitely be this copy. And yeah, what can be said? It's like the best hangout movie ever made. Huge fan of Linklater's other work as well. Yeah. Next up is 432, and this is a film by Paul Schrader, which I'm embarrassingly have not seen yet, and that is Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters. The cover is awesome. It's very shiny. Yeah, I have no thoughts on this one because I've not seen it, but I do like a lot of other of Paul Schrader's films he's directed, and he's written a lot of scripts as well, but for instance Taxi Driver, and yeah, so I'm excited to dig into this one. Next up is a classic Japanese monster movie, 594 in the collection, and that is Godzilla. I absolutely love this film. I'm still wondering whether I should pick up the Godzilla Showa era box set. I don't know whether I'm going to enjoy all the 15 films that are in that collection, although it does have a beautiful presentation, but yeah, maybe this one's enough for me, but this is absolutely incredible film. Next is 654 in the collection, and that is a film by Alex Cox, and it's Repo Man. This front cover design is spectacular. This film is punk as it goes. This is such a great film. Really wacky characters and special effects, and yeah, great soundtrack as well. Yeah, really glad this is in the Criterion Collection. Spine number 700 is I think the first foray into stop animation by Wes Anderson, and that is Fantastic Mr. Fox. I do like this film, but it is one of my least favourite of Anderson's output. I preferred Isle of Dogs for his stop animation, but this is still a good time. But it's not one that I will revisit regularly, but Fantastic Mr. Fox. Next up is spine number 701, and that is Ingmar Bergman's masterpiece, in my opinion, his best film, and that is Persona. So this is in that big box set as well, but I bought this sort of long before that box set came out, and recently discussed this on my podcast, Let's Watch 2, with Elliot Cohen. Paired it with Three Women by Robert Altman, and it was a really interesting conversation. So if you haven't checked out Let's Watch 2 yet, I highly recommend. I'll put a link on the screen now. And yeah, so Persona, enigmatic, blah 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 blah, can't speak, enigmatic film by Ingmar Bergman, and changed cinema. The next is a big box set containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 films by the legendary Jacques Demy, and that's the essential Jacques Demy box set. So this contains, I'm going to butcher these, Un Chambre en Ville, Donkey Skin, The Young Girls of Rockford, The Umbrellas of Cherbourg, Lola, and Bay of Angels. I can say the ones in English. I haven't seen all of these. I have seen The Umbrellas of Cherbourg and The Young Girls of Rockford, and just wanted to get this box set to enjoy more of his work. Just pure joy to watch this guy's films. So yeah. Spine number 723. This is one of my very favourite films, not only in the collection but of all time in general, and that is Alfonso Cuaron's Y Tu Mama Tambien. Boy oh boy, I love this film. This is just a great road movie about friendship and love and sex, and it's beautifully shot like all of Alfonso Cuaron's films, and it's just amazing. I can't really speak high enough praises of it. It's just gorgeous and I love it, and this release is fantastic. It has great supplements and a nice booklet inside. So, Y Tu Mama Tambien. Next up, 725, and this is David Lynch's Eraserhead. This is sealed, but I have seen this film countless times, just not cracked this one open yet. This one is the US release, which I bought a while ago, but it's actually getting a UK release in October, I believe, so that's quite exciting for the Region B only people, Blu-ray collectors out there. Very strange, as you'd expect from Lynch. Very disturbing, surreal film. Labour of love as well. This is his debut, and it took him like 5 years to make this. Highly recommend Eraserhead if you want to start getting into some weird cinema. Next up, spine number 779. Depending on what day you ask me, this is a contender for my favourite film ever, and that is David Lynch's Mulholland Drive. Surreal, dreamy, disturbing, beautiful, amazing performances, great music, beautifully shot. Oh, this film, yeah, is just absolutely blows me away every time I watch it. And yeah, this is a fantastic release by Criterion. So glad it's in the collection, and that's Mulholland Drive. Spine number 821, and this is a film I have seen many times, but I picked this up in a recent BFI sale because I don't have it on the Criterion Collection, and that is Stanley Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove O'Hara's Learn to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Amazing political satire, extremely funny, great performances, plural, by Peter Sellers, and yeah, one of Kubrick's best films. Absolutely love this. Spine number 856, containing spine number 857 to 857, 59. Oh, I've got these in the wrong order. 857, 858, 859, and that is Richard Linklater's The Before Trilogy. Possibly my favourite romantic type films. These films are basically just two people either sitting in a room or walking along the streets in various different cities across the films, talking about various different things, whether philosophical or political or emotional. So in terms of action and plot, basically is zero in these films. It's just the film centers around these two people at various stages in their lives talking to each other, and it is absolutely gripping and hugely rewatchable, and yeah, one of the best things, one of the best films sets that Criterion have put out for sure. Really love this box set. Spine number 898 is a bit of an oddity, but is also one of my favourite films ever, mainly because I'm a huge David Lynch fan and also a huge Twin Peaks fan, and that is Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. This film, upon release, was a box office failure. It was critically panned across the board, and it's only in recent years that this film has been given the recognition it deserves as being a masterpiece amongst David Lynch's other work. I absolutely adore this film. It is extremely difficult watch in places. and Cheryl Lee playing Laura Palmer, for me, gives one of the top 10 performances ever across the whole of cinema. She is absolutely amazing in this film. And yeah, this also contains The Missing Pieces, which was about an hour and a half of footage that was filmed while Firewalk with Me was being made, but was cut by Lynch. But he's reassembled all those pieces and put it into a sort of long deleted scenes segment, which works in its own way as its own film, as long as you've seen this one. But that's really interesting in putting the pieces together. Really glad this is in the collection. Getting there now with the box sets and digipaks. Spine number 909 is the classic zombie film by George A. Romero, and that's Night of the Living Dead. I've only recently picked this one up, so I haven't cracked it open, but I have seen this countless times. You can even watch this for free on YouTube due to the rights ownership of the film. So yeah, but apparently this has been restored beautifully, and it's a film I can watch many times, and it's very important historically as well, so really glad to have this one. One of my favourite films, Spine number 938, won the Palme d'Or in 1989, and that is David Soderbergh's Sex, Lies and Videotape. Now I have to say, although this film and the transfer, particularly on the audio side of things, is absolutely incredible, however, the packaging that this film comes in is terrible. It's got this white slip thing on it that just falls off when you take the film off the shelf. I'm glad Criterion hasn't done this since, but yeah, if you just don't hold it properly, it just falls out the bottom. Anyway, about the film, this is such a great film, really great performances, really makes you think. It's really quite an interesting film. So yeah, the special features particularly on this are absolutely amazing about the restoration that the film went through to get to being this good on home media. Next up is Spine number 942, and this is one of my very favourite films, and I listed it as my second favourite film of the 2010s. I made a video of the top 25 films of the 2010s, and this got the number 2 spot, and it's Terrence Malick's The Tree of Life. For my money, this is one of the most beautifully photographed films ever made, and it's a very thought-provoking film, great performances, and yeah, for me, my favourite Terrence Malick film. And yeah, I'm really glad this is in the collection. So this release was the first, I believe, presentation of the extended version of this film, which sort of adds extra scenes in with Sean Penn's character, and sort of fills in some more of the blanks, which makes the film a little less enigmatic in a way, but it's still a brain scratcher in places. So yeah, this is an amazing release, and yeah, Tree of Life, Terrence Malick. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Spine number 977, more of a modern release by Criterion, and that is David Lynch's Blue Velvet. This film is amazing. This was my first introduction to David Lynch, and I watched this when I was quite young. Actually, I don't know how I got hold of a copy of this at such a young age, but yeah, Dennis Hopper's character, Frank Booth, scared the living daylights out of me, and yeah, it still does now, to be honest, when I watch this. I have seen this film, obviously, it's just the Criterion is sealed still. But yeah, masterpiece of filmmaking. David Lynch is the man. Spine number 982, and that is... who's the director of this? I forget. Oh yeah, John Cameron Mitchell, and that is Hedwig and the Angry Inch. This is a really fun musical about a German immigrant in America who underwent a botched sex change operation, and it's just about Hedwig being in a band and the tribulations and conflicts that he has with different members of the band, and just his past and stuff, and it's just really fun. And lastly, my last Digipak release from Criterion, and that is Spy number 1014, and written and directed by Alfonso Cuaron, and it's Roma. This is also one of my favourite films of the last decade, and yeah, it's just a beautiful ode to the like nanny or maid or whatever you'd call it that Alfonso had growing up in Mexico City in the 70s. And yeah, beautifully shot in black and white, and it's a beautiful film. I still need to crack this version open because the supplements are meant to be fantastic on this, but I'll get around to it soon. So yeah, that was my Criterion Collection Digipaks / box sets that I have. I hope you enjoyed what I showed you. If you've seen any of these films that I've showcased, let me know in the comments. And yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, giving it a like, leaving a comment below, and yeah, I'll be back with another video soon, sort of showcasing off some more of my Criterion collection. And yeah, so for now, take care.